Hi, I'm Madeline Ng, and I lead marketing for Google Maps platform. My team works hard to make sure that you hear about our products and features as soon as they're available. And we also work hard to make sure that you understand the impact of Google Maps platform on your business. There are so few technologies that have become as essential a part of our everyday lives as geospatial services. The same technology that changes the way that you and I shop, commute, and travel can have this huge impact on business operations and outcomes. It can influence everything from logistics to location planning to customer service. And this is why we partnered with Oxford Economics to run some original research to help you understand the impact of geospatial services across countries, industries, and different use cases. So when we talk to our customers, we really hear that there are four main areas they assess when they're deciding whether to incorporate geospatial services into their business. They look to see if they can improve revenue, improve operations, improve customer experience, or improve the results of their sustainability initiatives. So we focus the research on those same four key areas. Today, we're going to explain how the research was conducted and share some key findings and insights. Then we'll go ahead and share some online resources that you can use to help estimate the impact of geospatial services on your business. Now I'm going to hand it off to Matt Reynolds from Oxford Economics to tell you more about the research.
Hi, I'm Matthew Reynolds. I'm a Senior Research Manager of Technology Programs here at Oxford Economics. If you're not familiar with us, we're a leader in global economic forecasting, quantitative analysis, and thought leadership for business and government clients. We're one of the world's foremost independent global advisory firms with more than 20 offices around the world. I'm personally a huge fan of digital mapping and technology and use it nearly every day for one reason or another. So when the opportunity came to work with Google Maps platform on quantifying the impact of geospatial services, I was especially excited. Let's dive right into the basics, starting with an overview of the survey and respondent demographics. As a part of this study, we conducted a quantitative and qualitative survey with 1,000 executives. The respondents covered 14 industry clusters and 12 distinct geospatial service use cases across 8 countries. They represented businesses with overall revenue ranging from anywhere as low as $10 million in annual revenue to more than $10 billion. As Madeline mentioned, our mission was to better understand how geospatial services might help businesses with revenue, operations, customer experiences, and sustainability efforts. But before we jump into the findings, I want to share the key takeaways from these areas. Although the data did not support the broad hypothesis that geospatial services improve revenue, it did reveal that they have a positive impact on financial performance. We'll dive into this a little bit later. We found that geospatial services can improve customer experiences, and we saw that particular use cases are tied to higher impact. We found that geospatial services help companies improve internal operations, which are especially significant for mobility-related business activities. And although the number of businesses heavily invested in sustainability initiatives was relatively low, we found that of those invested, geospatial services provided a spark that helps them reach their sustainability goals. Now let's look more closely at the key findings in each of these areas, starting with financial impact. Our analysis of the survey data indicates a correlation between investment in geospatial services and revenue growth, profitability, and cost reduction. Causation typically can only be derived from time series data, so we cannot yet prove that these positive movements are directly caused by investments in location technologies, but the suggested relationship is statistically significant enough to represent a trend across geographies. Many of our survey respondents have seen revenue growth since first investing in geospatial services. That growth could be explained by a lot of things, but over 40% have also experienced an increase in their rate of revenue growth since their first purchases, which suggests a possible relationship between mapping services and top-line growth. The cost reduction story is much clearer. In the 3 years after initial geospatial service investments, respondents saw expenditures decrease in quite a few areas, as you can see in the following chart. And let's not forget, any reduction in time spent on customer service, deliveries, and transactions not only reduces cost, but means hours are allocated to more productive tasks. So these gains may be even greater. You'll see on the far left there that the number one area where it's been a benefit is customer service, where it's nearly 20%. Changes in profitability are difficult to attribute to a particular cause because there may be exogenous factors like the cost of raw materials, labor, and inflation, or internal pressures to smooth earnings from one quarter to the next. Still, we saw that average profitability among respondents increased from 6.3% in the 3 years before initial geospatial service investments to 7.1% for the 3 years after these investments. Next, let's look at the findings around operational impact. We've all heard the phrase, you can't manage what you can't measure. A corollary for the geospatial age is that you can't measure what you can't find. So it makes sense that exactly half of survey respondents have already made strategic investments in mapping technologies that enhance internal operations over the past 3 years. That's even more than investments in analytics, which is 38%, or increasing headcount, which is also 38%. The return on these investments is coming in across a range of benefits. Of those who agreed or disagreed, over 4 in 5 say geospatial services make their organization's processes and operations more efficient, while over 2/3 say visualizing geospatial data helps them make better decisions and improve operational efficiencies. The ultimate goal of any investment is for it to positively affect how processes are carried out and open pathways to new possibilities. More than half of executives in our survey cite process innovation as an outcome of their investments, 55%, just so far, which indicates that geospatial services are proving to be a transformative resource. And many of these gains are quite substantial. Well over half of respondents, 58%, directly credit the implementation of geospatial services for reducing the number of trips to make the same number of deliveries or service appointments. And almost 3 out of 5 say the use of geospatial services has increased operational efficiency in terms of fewer trips made for deliveries or optimized delivery loads by at least 15%. Those operational benefits are also felt beyond the organizational firewall. Nearly half say these services have helped optimize organizations further down the supply chain by that same percentage, 50%. Now let's shift gears and look at customer experiences. The research found that geospatial services not only improve them, but they also increase overall customer loyalty. First, we found that customer and user experiences is a strategic priority for a substantial number of companies. 42% say that this is a key focus for the next 3 years, and their actions are reflecting this priority. Over half of respondents, 55%, have invested in geospatial technologies to create new customer experiences. Now, while integration of geospatial capabilities is meaningful across the world, some countries have emphasized customer-centric applications more than others. For example, executives at Japanese, UK, and French organizations are most likely to say they have implemented geospatial services to some extent in customer-facing initiatives. But in the US and India, 71% and 70% respectively, they're slightly less likely to have done so. For these experiences to shine, customers must be able to easily access information when they need it. The case for visibility across the business ecosystem is universal, but different sectors often have particular priorities and use cases. One common denominator across industries, however, is communicating information to increase customer engagement. More than half of all respondents in the survey, 54%, say they use geospatial services in this way today, making it the most popular choice in the survey. Nearly an equal number are seeing at least moderate value from doing so. They are also seeing moderate or significant value from other widely targeted uses, including providing localized information on proximity to business locations to help users make decisions about where to shop, visit, or live, helping customers find and visit the nearest store, ATM, restaurant, auto shop, medical office, or any other location or service, helping customers recognize and understand their transactions, and simplifying address entry to help users when they're searching, signing up, or checking out. Please note that these are just a few of the possibilities that geospatial services can provide. The possibilities are far greater than just what we can capture in one survey, but we did our best to get the basics in there. Our last area of focus is sustainability, which has become a key focus for companies of all types, both within organizations and across entire ecosystems of suppliers, partners, and customers. Our research shows that geospatial services are an important part of the sustainability movement. They can help provide visibility into business operations, influence fuel use and energy conservation, and aid in the reduction of an organization's overall impact on the environment. Of respondents that agreed or disagreed, 90% agreed that their organization has become more sustainable since implementing geospatial services. Organizations that invest in geospatial technology are also better suited to meet the sustainability goals, such as sustainable sourcing, conservation efforts, partner and vendor sustainability, renewable energy, fuel use, carbon outputs, even packaging waste. And across all industries, at least 79% of our respondents reported moderate or significant impact from geospatial services across all these areas. Now, there's so much more we can go into regarding sustainability, but I'll let the Google Maps platform team circle back with you on these details. They're planning a future webinar to walk you through those specific findings. With that said, I'll pass it back to Madeline.
Thanks, Matt. We know that was a lot of information, and don't worry, you don't need to remember all of it. As a brief summary, we're seeing that business leaders across the globe and across industries are prioritizing getting the most out of their geospatial investments. Geospatial services can provide value across internal operations, customer experience, and improving the impact of your sustainability efforts. And there's an opportunity to leverage it in all types of work. So based on the study, I want to leave you with 3 key lessons that companies should consider to get the most out of their investment in geospatial services. The first one is keep the end user benefit in mind. While geospatial service implementation can have a wide range of impacts, whether it's improving internal ops or improving your frontline worker experience, you want to make sure that you understand that customer impact before making the leap. Next, you want to find use cases that make sense. So out of this wide range of opportunities that you could go after, you want to talk to your team at all levels to understand what is the most important for them, and then invest properly. Third, you want to invest in analytics. So once you have geospatial services implemented, you're going to have more data coming in, and you want to make sure that your teams are equipped to catch that data. It's also up to you to make sure that you can quantify the impact of geospatial services on your particular business. Our research is going to give you a great foundation, but your analytics are really going to give you that granularity to help you understand and optimize your investment. So as I mentioned, we've developed assets that you can download and refer to later as you think about your investment strategy. Just go to our website, mapsplatform.google.com/calculator, to get an executive overview of the data and learn about the impact of geospatial services for sustainability and mobility use cases. You can also explore the impact businesses see in 8 different countries. And if you want to just explore the impact that geospatial services can have on your business, you can try our impact calculator. Just answer 4 basic questions, and you'll get a custom report that you can use and share with your colleagues. So from Google Maps Platform and Oxford Economics, thank you so much for joining us today.